tell me how self-protection is a state of consciousness. How do I slip into self-protection and how do I get out of self-protection?
Okay. Do you want to know how you get into self-protection and out of self-protection? What happens is there is an experience. A leopard has dropped from a tree onto your neighbor, and your neighbor's being killed. You're instantly in self-protection. Your boss walks through the office, looks at you, and you think you see a sneer on their face. Instantly, you're in self-protection. Some perception has occurred, and it's my perception, and I feel attacked. I feel threatened. I feel dissed. I feel something unwanted has taken place, and my body gets ready either to fight or to flee or to collapse. A lot of people know all about this, fight, flight, but that's misnamed. It's fight, flight, or freeze. That's what happens when we have this kind of hormonal cocktail that floods the body, ready for a situation where things are very, very unpleasant. And
How do we shift out then?
how do we shift out? We notice where we are. We notice that's the very first thing we do. We have what we call the four compass questions. And works no matter where we are. We can simply ask, am I breathing? And once I'm aware of, am I breathing? I notice how I'm breathing. Am I breathing high? Am I breathing shallow? Am I breathing fully? Am I breathing very quick? Am I breathing way too slow? But am I breathing? The first question, and the moment we ask that question, just about everybody just takes a deeper breath, and the amount of tension in the body reduces. Am I breathing? What is my stance? Literally, how am I holding my body? And am I holding my body ready for somebody to bash me with a club? Am I? That's the question. Am I holding my body ready to do a negotiation? Am I holding my body ready to accept the love of all things and all people? Those are three large groupings of what's possible for how I hold my body. Now, there's literally millions of particulars. But am I breathing? What's my stance? Right? How do I feel? How does it feel to be holding my body this way? How does it feel to be breathing this way? Now, which is a very important question, because if there really is a physical threat where my extreme tension is going to save my life, it feels fine to be that tense. But if I'm in the midst of having an argument with somebody I love, it feels terrible to be that tense. And it's really useful. It's a part of knowing. And then the fourth question is, where do I go from here? Do I want to be in this state of consciousness? Is it useful? Or do I want to shift to the field of getting along, where I'm making things happen, I'm negotiating, I'm doing tit for tat?
So could you say, is it fair to say that self-protection is useful and sometimes it's not useful?
It is part of our heritage. It's there to keep us alive, and it can indeed be useful. What the problem we face in our culture is that it's almost never useful by comparison to how often we slip into it. But it's not something either to be mad at ourselves that we have it, because it's ours. And it's also something not to try to get rid of because it could be useful. There has been moments in my life when there was a dog racing at me, teeth bared, slavering, is going to take a hunk out of me. I've had that. Uh, you know, having my body get ready to deal with that uh,
How
really
do we
saved me.
know in relationships whether we're in self protection or not?
The person that you're talking to will know. but but the fact is that you simply ask the question, am I breathing? When we are angry, we think that there's a lot of breathing going on because there's a lot of loudness, right? But it's very intermittent. It's just enough breath to, ah, and then there's no breathing. And then another, and then another yell. But you ever notice how people who are really angry start to go purple in the face? They're going purple in the face because they're not breathing.